What is up, everybody? Turboverse TV here today. So apparently, there's video game Monster Hunter Stories 2, which is coming out next week or this week coming up. This game requires a 15 gigabyte download, even though it's a physical game. People are upset about this because when you see right here, this is how the physical game looks. It says download required. See the back of it, and you look at the back of it. That same area says a 15 gigabyte install size for your micro SD card. So a lot of people are pissed about this. I'll be rightfully so. It's like you buying a digital game on the Nintendo Switch to save space on your SD card. So it's kind of weird how this game requires you to have a SD card, have space for SD card. I think it says. Another weird thing about this is that it's only 13.5 gigabytes on the eShop to download it by itself, but it's 15 gigabytes for the physical release, and you need to download all of that on your card. So it's like, why even buy the physical version at this point? Why does this? What does this mean? It's just gonna take up more space. Why though? Capcom doesn't like to pay for the larger size cartridges when producing physical copies of certain games, so they usually make you download portions of it so they can save money. Why though this game could fit on a 3DS cart, for crying out loud? Don't you think that maybe all the DLC that might come in the future and they are just letting people know ahead of time? DLC is required to play? Well, sorry, but that makes the physical release worthless. I mean, if you consider how all games are now, to be honest, I'm not surprised. Any physical edition for a game nowadays requires extra storage that you have to download before you play. The hype of picking up a game from GameStop and playing it as soon as you get home isn't existent. This makes no sense to me why it needs a digital download. This game is smaller than Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition, and it didn't require any massive digital download to play. Monster Hunter Rise is bigger, and it's all on the cartridge, so I don't even understand why they're being cheap on this one either. I know this game is big, but is the cartridge empty? LOL. All the inconveniences of a physical copy along with all the non-permanence of a digital copy. While also Capcom too cheap to use a 16 gigabyte cartridge, so they don't even bother putting the whole game on the cartridge. We the Switch fans are not happy about this, but we are used to Capcom doing this to us. Mega Man Collection says hello. I saw someone say that it's possible that it's just an estimate since Tony Hawk did the same thing, but the actual size wasn't nearly as big. I hope that's the case, but still very unfortunate. This game is only 13.5 gigabytes digital, but requires 15 gigabytes physical. I think there's something going on. What the F? Okay, I'm not getting this then. The game is only 13.5 gigabytes. I thought this was also a single player game. Doesn't even have a cart in it, or is it just another one of those deals where it's a case with a code inside? I have two games like this so far. Oof, I was thinking about getting this. Now I don't want to because 15 gigabytes is too much for me. Misprint, the entire game is 13.5 gigabytes download on my Switch right now. Not even a download code will require 15, much less a card update. Plus, Instant Direct states it's in-game purchases, why it doesn't have Rise, had an eShop link. Okay, I don't know what we're trying to say right here. I heard the Switch cartridge can hold a total of 36 gigabytes for a game. Could be a bit less. But why is Capcom lazy enough to not fit this game on one cartridge? Is so weird. That's like this is why I stick with PC with Capcom games. I'll stick with PC with Capcom games anymore. I only buy complete games from them when it comes to Switch games. Mega Man 11 and Zero Collection are my only Switch physical from them. Capcom cheaps out a lot of their Switch releases. DMC Collection could have easily fit in one cart. But only DMC 1 is in cart and 2 and 3 are codes. Resident Revelations 1 and 2 could have been sold separately, but no. Revelations 2 is a code. Yeah, I do kind of hate that when you put the games as codes too. They did the same thing with Resident Evil 4, 5, and 6. Like, all I couldn't fit in one cart. They make you download the games as codes. This is really annoying. Like, that defeats the whole purpose you get of buying a physical game. Exactly, let's see Resident Evil, Mega Man Collection 1 and 2, and the list goes on. How many times they have been cheap on the Switch? If this is true, I may only have to cancel my physical pre-order. Is this a mistake? I can't imagine the game would be this large. I'm still getting the game. I've been too excited to say no to it. LOL. Well, there goes that purchase. People should avoid buying Capcom games, and if you want to buy it used, buy it used. Lazy company that's supposed to use bigger storage cartridges and not use to save money, increase profits, don't deserve money from any kind of consumer. Monster Hunter Rise was fantastic, and the full game is on a cartridge. Despite actually being bigger than Stories 2, not everything Capcom releases is like this. There's a floppy disk in this case, not a cartridge. That's why there's additional download. The other thing I feel a lot of interest for the series after Monster Hunter Stories 1. Good thing about a new SD card on Prime Day. Let's see. Then why bother to release a physical copy? So basically, I have to download the whole game, shaking my head. So Capcom is a game I complete in cart. Come on, man. People are really upset about this. I mean, I'll be rightfully so because this is pretty crazy. Like how it's actually it's actually bigger on the physical copy than it is on the digital download. What the actual F? That sucks. I have to delete. Um. Okay. Recommends having at least 15 gigabytes. Okay. Got some explaining to do. Well, that sucks. An opponent's physical release. What the F? Damn, is there even a card in there? People are even speculating that there's even like a cartridge inside the case. It might not be a cartridge inside the case. It might just be like a sheet of paper you down with the code. If that is, it's gonna be very disappointing. What the F? Why? The comment section, LOL. It says at least 15 gigabytes, meaning as per usual, you need to have space left over after the game is downloaded, but the game itself is 13.5 gigabytes. Is that hard to buy an SD card? Uh, well, at least it's not a first party game, so we're going to sell you find one more used than likely if you want to support Capcom as little as possible. Capcom ain't us. That's pretty crazy. See what the quote tweets are saying. Okay, holy S, this is unexpected. Didn't know this game needed a download. It's kind of a huge one, but not as bad as, say, Borderlands Legendary Collection, which allows you a effing 42 gigabytes install. Capcom moment with the elf. Might buy it digitally if that's the case. Or really Capcom. Cancel my order for now. Might wait and see if there's literally just a blank cart or is other regions handle it differently. Given I don't plan to play 2 until I finish 1, I don't really feel a big sense of urgency. Capcom is at it again. This is such BS. Well, I suddenly don't feel like picking up my pre-order. RIP. Man, this gives you another. This is another example of why you don't pre-order games too, because this is pretty crazy. People were so excited about buy this game physically, then they heard this news, and now it's like, hey, people just want to cancel they want to cancel their pre-orders now. There's another reason why you don't pre-order games, because they might just waste your time with something like this. Wait, download required 15 gigabytes. Why is it bigger than an eShop download? Yeah, I don't know what Capcom is doing with this one. But this is definitely some tactics that's making people pissed off. People don't want to buy this game anymore. Yeah, it's kind of weird because usually when you buy these Nintendo Switch games physical, it's to save you using up your SD card space. So definitely a weird one with this one. It actually requires you to take up more space if you order down digital. So definitely interesting. But I'm gonna conclude the video right here. Definitely want to see your thoughts down below. Are you gonna buy this game still, or you gonna probably buy it digital? Let me know down below how you feel about this. Leave a like if you like this video, and as always, thanks for watching, and peace.